Hey y'all, my name is Ashley and today is Vlogmas day 6 and we are going to, I say we, I mean me, going to declutter my highlighter palettes, and if that's not too long, I'm gonna start decluttering other products in my collection. So if that sounds good to you, then keep on watching. All right, today is Vlogmas day 6. I've frogged up. On Tuesdays I have a hard time filming, editing, uploading, doing any form of content, just because those are the days that I do all my laundry, I meal plan. I just like do a bunch of house shit on those days. So Tuesdays do not work well for me when it comes to content. And then yesterday I wanted to spend the day finishing all of the Christmas projects that I started and finished half-assed. So that's why I didn't upload yesterday. Honest. But we're gonna start going through all of my highlighter palettes. This is probably like my third or fourth declutter. I can't really remember. I will go ahead and like link those in the description down below if you want to watch some of my other declutters. But I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. The first one I'm gonna show you, I can't even show it to you close because I just pulled it out of the drawer, opened it, and it is broken. So this shade down here in the shade Sunray, which obviously looks like I've used the shit out of it too, is completely broken. It's just absolutely everywhere. This is like the original, I don't think it's like the original glow kit, but like this is the one that I want to say in 2015, like everybody was after this palette, and it really is a beautiful palette, but I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it because it's broken. There's no point in me keeping broken makeup when I have more makeup. The next glow kit from ABH is the Aurora glow kit. And this one has a bunch of funky highlighters in it. You got a blue, a purple, an orange. You got like a white that turns green, which is like super pretty. Like I absolutely love that. But I'm actually going to declutter this because I have other ABH palettes that I would rather keep that have the funky colors. The next one is the Moonchild glow kit. Now this one is actually kind of along the same lines as the Aurora. I'm gonna hold them up side by side. But like, I feel like these two should have like been a collection together. I don't know. And of course I'm drawn to this green one called Lucky Clover, and it's like another white highlighter that turns green. I don't know. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. This glow kit is the Dream Glow kit. Now this one's about the same size as the first one I showed you. And this one has all types of funky colors in this one as well. So there is a pink, purple, orange, a gold with a pink shift. I mean, this one's absolutely gorgeous. So I will be keeping this one for sure because they all shift into a different color. And this is like perfect for Halloween, music festivals. You know, you want to do a fancy look on IG. I'll use, you know, I don't know. I'm just going to keep it because I want to keep it. All right. My final palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills is the Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. And this is actually my second one. So when this palette first launched, I had it, traveled with it, used it all the time, and then it broke when I was traveling. And at the time I was like 8 months pregnant, and I cried like a baby, even though it was totally unnecessary for me to cry about it. But when they re-released this, I could not help but snatch it up. And I've used this one as well. So I will be keeping this because I absolutely just love all the shades in this palette. The pinks, the orange, the white, the golden highlights. This is not just a palette I used for highlighter. I also used it for eye looks. Like that is how much I love it. All right, this next batch of highlighter palettes is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Love them, hate them. I mean, I don't even know what to say because you're gonna have people who are like, how dare you have his stuff? Some of the stuff I've had for years, and I don't sit and buy every launch. I used to be like that, but I am not like that anymore. But I'm sure there's gonna be palettes I'm gonna keep from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I'm sure there's gonna be ones that I'm gonna go ahead and declutter. I mean, I paid for them. Why should I throw them away because of drama? All right, so the first one is the Brain Freeze Skin Frost Pro Palette. Now this is one I believe that came out with the Jawbreaker collection. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It looks like I got quite a bit of use out of the shade Freeze Tag, which is a very icy blue highlight. But some of these like bronzy orange shades, I don't know how I feel about it. So I think I'm gonna put this one in the maybe pile. This next one is the Sacred Glass. Now this came out with the Pink Religion collection, and this is like the Extreme Frost formula where it's like that kind of gel to powder finish. I think you might understand what I'm talking about, but this has like a beautiful gold and then a beautiful champagne over here, along with a hot pink shade. And I will be keeping this because I like to use this formula for not just my highlight, I like to use it on the eyes as well. And I really just enjoy the Extreme Frost products from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. The next palette is the 24 Karat Skin Frost Pro Palette. And this one I received in a mystery box. It looks like I've never used it. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and declutter this. The next palette is the Heartbreaker Skin Frost Highlighter Palette. This came in a mystery box, and with it being a mystery box exclusive, that means I'm probably gonna have a hard time parting with it. But there's like a peachy color, a pink color, and like this brown purple shade right here. I am going to put this in my maybe pile. I mean, I most likely will keep it, but looking at it now, I don't see myself reaching for it. So there's actually a chance I won't keep it. The final palette I have from Jeffree Star Cosmetics is going to be the Peppermint Frost Skin Frost palette. And I will be keeping this. This has actually been in my makeup drawer by my desk. And these are all really nice wearable colors, but it's just also Christmassy. So I've been using it the last couple weeks and I will be keeping it. But this also was a mystery box exclusive. And I know a lot of people went on to like sites like Mercari and Poshmark and like paid overpriced for this. I actually bought the mystery box and got it in my mystery box. So this palette is from a brand called True and Luscious. This looks like a palette that probably came in a BoxyCharm. It's called the Lucky Glow Bronze and Highlight Palette. And inside, it's very boring. It's very underwhelming. You've got a couple bronzer shades here, some highlighter, a blush. It also looks really fucking chalky. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. All right, this is a palette from KVD. Like, this palette was purchased as Kat Von D. Now it's called KVD. This is the Alchemist Holographic Palette Face and Eye Highlighter Palette. And this is got like 3 very small shades. It actually kind of reminds me of the Moonchild palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I mean, you can't even buy this palette anymore. I'm like obsessed with the green highlights in these palettes, which is why I'm having a hard time wanting to get rid of these. I'm gonna put this in my maybe pile, and I'll probably end up keeping one of these funky colored palettes since I keep swatching them and trying to figure out what I wanna keep. But this palette is from Fenty Beauty. I don't believe this is available anymore, but it is the Diamond Bomb Triple Dip. So you got 3 different Diamond Bomb shades in here, but these are all shades that you can't get in like the single compact format. And you got the shade Fussy, Fenty Glow, and Hot Chocolate. And I will be keeping this because just like the Jeffree Star Extreme Frost, this is a product that I like to use on my eyes as well as on my face. Now this is from Too Faced, and this is the Triple Scoop Hyper Reflective Highlighting Palette. Oh my God. These nails, I just dug my nail into a shade. Now there's 3 different highlighters in here that are like super glittery, and honestly, with them being so glittery, I will be decluttering this. This is a product that I bought this year, and it is from Glamlight, and it's the Michaela Part 2 Highlighter Palette. And there are 3 different shades, and they're like those color changing shades. So I will be keeping this because you do have like a white blue highlighter, a white green highlighter, and then a gold green highlighter. And it's not a bad product. It's just not an everyday product. Gosh, this palette is so old. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Wet Set Highlighter Palette. And this is like a cream highlighter in here. So you can tell I had problems like trying to figure it out. They're very somewhat well loved. And I mean, these are still beautiful shades. Like I'm swatching them and I will be keeping this palette. At first I didn't think I was going to, but after swatching them, they still go really nicely on the skin. So I will be keeping it. Man, this is actually gonna be a quick video. So this is from Basic Beauty. This is the Glowy AF Wet Glow. I believe this is a BoxyCharm palette. And I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this as well. All right, the final highlighter palette is the Ofra Good To Go Mini Mix palette. And the only reason I have ever kept this palette is because the highlighter in the center, the shades on the outside don't excite me at all. They are a mixture of like eyeshadows, and there's a blush and a bronzer in here. But the highlighter in the middle is the shade All of the Lights. I've received this in BoxyCharm. I love this highlighter. And honestly, one day I just need to purchase it from Ofra when they have a sale going on so I can just have a smaller packaging for it, because that's the only thing I use in this palette. But I will be keeping it because I like the highlighter. So far, this is all the palettes that I am decluttering. I wanna go ahead and try to go through that maybe pile again and see if I can get rid of anything else. So in this pile, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different palettes. And so the first two are from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm gonna go ahead and part with the Aura palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep the Moonchild. So a little bit of a compromise there. Okay, so I have 2 Jeffree Star palettes in front of me. We got the Brain Freeze and the Heartbreaker. So the Brain Freeze is definitely more wearable. So I think I'm gonna keep this one. And then I have the Heartbreaker palette, which is really, honestly, less wearable because I don't see myself overreaching for these shades. They're like a different formula. They're almost like not as like luxurious as some of his other highlighters. And I will be decluttering this. All right, and the last one I have is the Alchemist palette from KBD. I am gonna go ahead and declutter this as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put away all of my highlighters and then kind of see if we have time to go ahead and pick a different group of makeup to declutter and go through. All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put my highlighter palettes in this drawer right here. They were all in this drawer, and hopefully they all fit in this drawer, because that way all of my face palettes are in the same drawer, which I would definitely prefer all of the face palettes to be in one drawer opposed to having it separated between blush palettes and highlighter palettes. So you might have noticed that after I organized all my palettes, I went ahead and pulled out some product to go ahead and organize. And I figured I don't have many of these, and I have so many individual highlighters that's just gonna have to be its own video. But I can go ahead and go through all of my liquid highlighters, my cream highlighters, my highlighter sticks, anything like that, and that is what I'm going to go ahead and do. I don't know what this there's like a moment in like beauty products where everything was like a jelly texture. And so these are all of my jelly highlighters. I'm gonna start off with these Too Faced ones called You're So Jelly. So I have the shade Gilded Champagne, the shade Bourbon Bronze, and then the shade Rose Pink. Now the packaging on these are super cute. They all got like little teddy bears on them, and I'm kind of just seeing if they still kind of, work, and they do. And they smell really good as well. I really love these ones. So I'm definitely gonna keep the shade Rose Pink. Next is the shade Bourbon Bronze. I am also going to keep that shade as well. And then the last shade is Gilded Champagne. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm going to have to wash the crap out of my arm after this because it's just covered in highlight. I'm going to keep all 3 of these Too Faced jelly, these jelly highlighters, because I loved the jelly formula and I forgot how much I really enjoyed these products. So I've got 2 of these jelly ones from Versailles, which for a while was no longer a company, and I guess they're back. I'm gonna open these. Ooh. It's kind of like, I'm gonna give it a good shake. So this one is in the shade Glow Up, and honestly, it's like turned to liquid. So I will go ahead and declutter this. And then the other shade is the shade Glazed. So I'm gonna give this one a good shake too and see if it's worth keeping. This one's just gone hard. It still like swatches, but like the texture of it like is kind of grossing me out. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter both of these Farcelli ones, which is so funny because I think like those Too Faced ones are older products, but. All right, and then the last one, this is a fantastic product. I think you can still pick this one up, but this is the Wet n Wild Jelly Highlighter. So it's like their version of the same thing. Oh, that's right, this is my second one. I will be keeping this because my first one dried up because I didn't put the lid on properly. But this is in the shade Blaze and Glaze. So I will be keeping that. So I don't have that many cream highlighters, but I do have a little bit right here. I have one from Winky Lux, and I also have the blush that's the same way, and I'll be keeping this because it's just so pretty. But it is the Cheeky Rose highlighter, and in the shade Champagne. I have a Fenty matchstick in the shade Unicorn. So it is a purple highlighter. I have never heard good things about these sticks, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. And then now I have two from Hourglass. And I have the shade Gold Flash, which is a beautiful gold shade. Oh, I'm keeping that for sure. And then the shade Champagne Flash. And I'll be keeping that as well. Liquid highlighters. I've got 3 Jeffree Star liquid frost highlighters. I believe this product is discontinued. I have the shade Frozen Peach, which is going to be like a pink shade. And that's Frozen Peach. The shade Frostbite. God, like a shit ton comes out of these vials. Like you literally, I have so much highlight right now on here. But like, look, it's like turning my hand white. Like how do you only use a little bit of that? Because my entire hand, that's it rubbed in all the way. Like, holy cow. And I can't get it off. So now I have like a very sparkly hand. And then the final shade is the shade Goddess, which this is a deep bronze shade. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the maybe pile because I think these would be great on the body and not on the face. I have 2 different liquid highlighters from Cover FX. And these were, I remember when these were just like so awesome to have. Like everybody was going crazy. I have the shade Rose Gold right here. And then I also have the shade Celestial. So this one's like this one's like kind of pinky toned. And I'm gonna have to put both of those in the maybe pile as well. This is gonna be like apparently this is really hard for me to declutter any of these highlighters. I have 2 from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I have the shade High Gleams and Lightning, and I will be keeping both of these products. This came out in like the summer 2021 collection. I do like these products. I have one from Iconic London, and this is in the shade Original, and this is also a fantastic product, so I will be keeping that. And then it looks like I have like a small mini from Marc Jacobs in the shade Do You, and I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter this. They don't make Marc Jacobs anymore when it comes to the cosmetic line, and I already have all these other liquid highlighters. I'm not even gonna swatch it, nothing, just gonna get rid of it. So these 2 highlighters are from About Face. I have the shades Shaken or Stirred or Sunstruck, and I really like the About Face line, so I will be keeping both of these. But this one is a golden one right here. I also like the packaging as well. And then the shade Sunstruck is like a deeper bronze shade. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep both of these About Face products. And then the last liquid highlighter I have is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is the Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. So I will be keeping this. I think I got this maybe in the summer. I love this product. This is something that I actually put in my purse and apply it on the go. Like if we're going out at night and I want to do a little bit of touch up to my makeup, I don't bring the highlighter that I put on when I left, like before I left the house. I bring this, use my fingers, dab it on, I love these beauty wands. The only problem is they're always out of stock, and I've been trying to get my hands on another shade for what feels like forever. So I have these products that I need to decide if I'm going to declutter or keep, and I am going to declutter both of these Cover FX ones. I'm definitely going to keep this white liquid frost in the shade Frostbite because it just looks really pretty as body makeup. So I'll be keeping this, but I will not be putting it away with my highlighters. I'll be putting it away with more body products. And then I'm actually going to keep all of these liquid highlighters and put them in like my Halloween makeup drawer. That way it's not with my like everyday makeup, but I feel like this would be great body makeup for festivals or anything like that. All right, now it's time to put all of this away and find a home for all of these highlighters. So this is what I decluttered today, and I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the box of other stuff that I have decluttered. And then I think my next declutter video is going to be my single highlighters, and hopefully I'm willing to pass some of those along, declutter them, get rid of them, get them out of my house. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all. I have 2 liquid highlights. Whoa!